Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Silent Punt Podcast with your hosts, Travis and Henny. Travis, how you doing?
Doing good. Lunches are made for tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited.
You're the man. This is going to be our first attempt at throwing one up on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Wow. The YouTube audience should be rolling in. Let's see how many subscribers we get.
Good thing you shaved.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, you're starting us off with the helmet sticker this week.
There was a fullback touchdown this weekend, so those of you
What?
who don't know, Henny and I are both fullbacks. That's how we came to know each other. We fought for the same position in college, and Henny won. So, as is most things in life, he won the position. But we became great friends over originally being fullbacks. And there was a fullback touchdown this weekend in the NFL. The NFL is trying to eliminate the fullback as a real position, but everything comes back around. So I think in about 14 years, fullbacks are going to be in vogue again. But we had one score touchdown this weekend, use check, so it was awesome.
I was going to say, you got to give the guy some love.
I would say his name, but nobody knows who he is. But it's the
Sure they do.
fullback.
And yes, we are not currently fullbacks, but we identify as fullbacks.
Oh, got it. Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
All right. The gasser goes to Jimmy Kimmel. I'm doing what's that?
Proceed.
Proceed. I'm doing the flip on what everybody, got mad at him for being, or mad at everybody for suspending him, which I agree with that part too. But did you read or watch what he actually said, the quasi joke?
Yeah, there was a big discussion over there. We weren't really sure what part of what he said got him suspended, which I think was kind of interesting.
I think it was putting out there that the guy that killed Charlie Kirk was a MAGA guy.
I think that he said the MAGA people were trying to make it as best they could that he was on the other side of things. But did he actually said this guy's definitely a MAGA guy? I listened to
No,
it.
but he kind of intimated it. And again, I didn't watch it. I read the transcript, and that's how the transcript read. But regardless, like these people need to stick their noses where they actually should be, which is in entertaining. This is part of the polarization, is like you never hear another side from anybody. Like whomever is speaking has their side, and they don't speak any which way otherwise. Like I was listening to Jon Stewart interview JB, is it Pritzker from Illinois recently, and I love Jon Stewart. Illinois is typically a shit show. I don't know exactly how it is right now, but there were massive holes in some of the governor's answers that Jon Stewart just totally glossed over because he was literally just ingesting everything that this man said, which is the whole argument most people on the left have with people on the right.
Yeah, there's no. I think moderate just doesn't sell. Like it's not exciting enough. Like I think most people would consider themselves or are more moderate. It's just those people keep their mouth shut. They don't have podcasts and say controversial stuff, so it doesn't.
But we do, God damn it.
There you go. We're
Well,
the
I mean, we've argued about that so much. Like most people are moderate. Why is nobody marketing to normal human beings that are moderate?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
All right. On that note of I don't know, we're heading back to a topic we kind of touched on last week with Travis and his study of the human body. I'm going to, in 15 seconds, summarize what I understand
Oh, this is
it to
exciting.
be, and then kick it off to him.
Okay,
Um,
go.
and I'm using your analogy, how you tried to explain it to my dumb self. So you go to the doctor, they take your blood pressure, they take your heart rate, they take kind of these high level things to see in general, is there anything out of whack? And then once there is, all right, your blood pressure's too high, your heart rate's too high. There's these litany of things that we can do to help you fix that. Um, what you're trying to do is find physical activities that people can be successful at that equate to longevity in life?
It's not bad. So what Henny said is if something's wrong with your metrics, something's off, there's going to be some kind of intervention. The doctor's going to do something. If you have high blood pressure, we would love for the doctor to say, "Hey, what's going on with your stress? What are you eating? Are you sleeping? Like, are you moving at all? Like, are you doing any kind of exercise?" More commonly, it's like, "Here's a pill that will lower your blood pressure." So that's a long conversation, but there's at least some kind of intervention. Most poor aging is linked to an orthopedic incident. So we had a patient today that fell and fractured his hip. He's over the age of 65. He has Alzheimer's. There's a really good chance he's going to die in the next 365 days as a result of that hip fracture. So that's crazy to think about. But a decline in life in the end, generally, is associated with an inability to move and do the things you want to do. And that's usually an orthopedic incident that could be prevented if you worked on strength and mobility as you should. So there should be tests that you come into your physical therapist to do. And if you don't do well on those tests, there should be some kind of intervention. So when you went in to use the blood pressure thing, you go into your doctor for a checkup. You don't really have any symptoms that you know of. It wasn't like you were coming in there with symptoms of high blood pressure, but you have high blood pressure. Well, they're not going to let you get out of there without some kind of intervention, which is their job. Well, I would argue that people don't weight the inability to do things orthopedically that you kind of take for granted, like going up and down stairs safely, going from standing down to the floor and getting back up, standing on one foot for 30 seconds, doing a bar hang, like hanging from a bar for as long as you can to know what that number is. I think that's more important than people kind of see, but I think that's starting to come around now, because it used to be as you got older, you just kind of rotted in a chair and that was how things went. But there's been some more awareness around, spending the last 10 years of your life in a nursing home is a pretty terrible thing to do. So what are the interventions we can do to try to prevent that?
You rattled off a couple of those activities, for lack of a better word. If you had to pick the top three things, a 50, 60, 70-year-old person has to be able to do to keep themselves in that particular shape, what would those three things be?
Number one by a landslide is VO2 max. So basically how good a shape you're in. So without getting too much into that, it's basically your cardiovascular health. There's a bunch of ways to measure that. One way would be go out and how fast does it take you, or how long does it take you to cover 1.5 miles? If you're walking it, if you're running it, whatever, that can be a pretty good predictor of how you're going to age. It's a one measurement of how good a shape you're in. Next one would be single limb stance. You should be able to stand on one foot for a minute, no matter what. If you can't, you're at a higher risk for having a fall, which is really the orthopedic event that's going to kill you as you get older. And third would probably be farmer's carry. So that's grip strength. It was actually an article I was reading in our national magazine about using grip strength as a predictor of when you're going to die, that I have to kind of get through, which seems kind of crazy. But if you have a very high grip strength, meaning we measure it with a handheld dynamometer that's in every physical therapy clinic you would go into, we can basically tell how healthy you are by how strong your grip is. So some people might say, well, okay, no problem. I just have all my people in nursing homes like do captains of crunch. Most people probably don't know what that is, but they're like old grip things. You know what I'm talking about, Henny, right? This where you have like the grip strengthening things.
From the Goonies, the Captains of Crunch.
Yes,
Is
yes.
that what the guy
I
had
think that was in
in the
Goonies.
Goonies?
So James Brolin, right? Didn't James Brolin was doing that? So,
Oh, it's Data.
oh, it was.
Oh no, we're thinking about two different things from the Goonies,
Oh,
but
okay, good. Well,
we digress.
we'll do a Goonies podcast. So, it's not that people are just doing those kinds of exercises. It's that they're picking up heavy things and doing physical things as they get older. If you have really weak grip strength, it's an indication that you're just not a physically healthy individual. So,
All right, so last thing on that, if I were to practice a farmer's carry, I'm just a person in my house. I've got dumbbells or whatever. I put them in my hands and I just try to walk, right? I mean, that's literally what it is.
yeah, yep. So easiest thing, if you don't have, not many people have dumbbells laying around, go to Home Depot, get 2 5-gallon buckets. That'll probably cost you under $10. You fill them with water. Those are going to be pretty heavy. We expect you in the farmer's carry to carry half of your body weight in each hand and walk a football field. That'd be a really good score. Not many people can do that, but that's kind of what you're shooting for.
And I'm sure our listeners are and viewers are thinking, well, I'm not going to walk around the neighborhood with that. But I will say, I bought a weighted vest a couple of years ago to wear as I walk because I don't really run anymore. And I felt very nervous about wearing it in the neighborhood because it literally looks like I have,
Kevlar.
ammunition in my stuff. But now all these ladies are walking in the neighborhood with
Oh
it.
yeah,
So I
popular.
think it's a little more, you're able to do it now.
Yeah, so resistant weight training, which is good for osteoporosis. This is like actually carrying it, so it's a little bit different. I mean, you're adding body weight to your body, but you have to be able to grip and hold on to that weight in your hand. So
I'm just saying our people could be like trendsetters and start walking around their neighborhoods with buckets
please, send me a video of you walking around your neighborhood with
and pictures.
buckets, and we'll get you a sticker.
All right, our next two topics are kind of follow-ups on that. One kind of morbid, one not. Topic two, how would you like to be buried?
I think I'm getting burned. Yeah, fire me up because then you can spread me around somewhere. I think. I don't know how much time we have, but we can discuss if you were going to get cremated, where the places that you'd want your remains sent. I mean, in the end, once you're dead, I mean, my body's kind of. I think I'd rather burn it than have the worms eating it. So that's where I'm at. How about you?
Well, I was burning for a long time, but now I've started to, read about being turned into a tree and this and that, and I kind
Okay.
of like that idea.
You have to put a pine box though. I mean, you want to have it accessible. Like if you put yourself in like a modern coffin, those things are pretty. It's hard to get in.
No, no, no. I don't mean like under a tree. Like they do something and just like I don't know exactly how, but just like your carcass in the ground and it becomes one with the tree or wherever you've put it. You're not
Oh,
in a
so
box,
okay, you're not you bury in the ground and then you put a tree there and then the tree grabs your nutrients and turns into a tree.
basically. Yeah. And the other thing with burning a body apparently is not the greatest thing for the environment and
I bet not.
a lot of energy and
Yeah,
whatnot, which
it
I,
takes a lot to burn a body.
yeah. You say that all too knowingly. Uh, well, as long if I'm burned, just don't put me in a coffee pot and take me out to the Pacific Ocean like the Big Lebowski.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to be spread. I want some up at Butterfield Stadium. You can put me in the end zone over there. I want some.
I don't know if you can do that anymore because it's turf.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
all right.
Bleh.
Move on.
All right, number three. Um, we talked about some habits in number one, things you could practice, but how do you create a new habit? Have you had any, you're always trying to do something new or better for yourself. What's the latest habit Travis is trying to create for himself?
So I don't know if we want to link to someone who has a more popular following than us, but there's a really good podcast that I listened to recently, and it was about kind of I think the name of the podcast was "Resetting Your Life in 4 Months." So that's kind of sensationally wrote. But Cal Newport, if anybody knows who that is, he's wrote the book Deep Work. He's very concerned about our poor attention spans because of the social media and the things that we
Can you say that again, please?
poor attention spans. Did you? Okay.
Oh, okay.
I lost. Henny was reading. Henny was scrolling on TikTok while we were doing that. So yeah, it was really interesting. And like I cannot. I think I've talked to you about this. I can't sit down and like watch a football game and just do that. I can't like watch a movie and just do that, or I won't get all the way through it. Or even like listen to a podcast. Like I'll skip around from a bunch of podcasts because I'll lose interest in this and I'll be like, oh, I'll skip over to something else. So like social media, just digital technology. I mean, I'm not on social media a ton, but digital technology has kind of programmed us to never be bored. Like we can never be bored. And that's a problem because you can never focus and concentrate on one thing. So anyway, he talks about setting up some habits and how to do that. I think it's just for me when I kind of dip in and out of physical exercise. If you do it so many days in a row, there's research that says 21 days, 60 days, 100 days, whatever that is. Once you do something consecutively for a long time and it feels weird if you don't do it that day, then that's when you know you've got a habit. Like I used to never floss my teeth, but now like if I went a day where I didn't floss my teeth, I'd feel weird. So that's
Right.
how you develop a habit, which is probably not helpful to people, but just make sure you do it. If you do it at the same time every day, if you tie it together with some kind of cue. So it's like, okay, if I'm going to run in the morning, I put my shoes next to my bed. When I get up in the morning, I put my feet in my shoes. Like at that point, I'm going to go running. So something similar to that James Clear made so much money on selling that book, Atomic Habits.
Yeah, well, I mean, the most important things in life typically aren't that difficult to understand and comprehend. It's actually in the doing. And you didn't answer my question, so I'll answer my question for me. Well, I asked what you had done or tried to do recently, and you gave us a
Oh, like
lesson.
an actual thing? So I'm reading 15 minutes a day, yoga 15 minutes a day, and running a mile every day.
That's awesome.
Well, yeah, it's I'm dipping in and out of it, but I was
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, it's I got back to the running. I had a foot injury. I'm over that now, but I could have kept doing the yoga and the reading, but then it's kind of like all or nothing. So I suck like that. But now I'm kind of back into it this week. What about
Well, that would be my point. When you said those three things, I was immediately in my head thinking, well, that's too many
yeah?
because it's
Oh
very
yeah.
difficult to change that many different things. Um, so my example is maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. Um, I hadn't been working out like lifting weights as much as I wanted to be lifting weights just because I wasn't making the time because I am trying to do other things. My daughter says I'm the busiest retired person that she knows. And then I remembered Herschel Walker. You remember his routine back in the day, like when he was a teenager and college guy, how
It's
he
like
got so
all body
jacked?
weight stuff, right? Like you never. It was all
Push-ups, sit-ups, watching TV. And
cannot be right.
um,
He got.
so with that,
I cannot be. He could not have gotten that big doing push-ups. Like he's. I mean,
I don't
I
know. He was the definition of country strong. I mean, he
guess
was
so.
a beast.
Yeah.
But I just decided, all right, I can do push-ups like while I cook dinner or, it's not hard for me to bang out 10 push-ups. And then if I do that a handful of times a day, all of a sudden I've got 40 to 60 push-ups. You do that for a week, you're in the hundreds, and that's more than I would have ever done. And it's not a big lift. So I started with my shower. I'm going to shower every day. The water needs 30 seconds or whatever to warm up. I'm gonna bang out 10 to start with and just every day and do that for a week, 2 weeks. All of a sudden now, all right, that's my habit. Where can I get 10 more in? That's my
Yeah. So
habit. All right.
yeah,
Yeah,
tying it to some other activity that you're already doing, like brushing
right.
your teeth. I hope everybody listening brushes their teeth once a day, or else they're gonna run into trouble. But you could tie it to something like that, something you're definitely gonna do during the day.
So that's how you create a new habit.
There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome, listeners. Changing lives.
That's right. One life at a time. We're to our $100 pick.
Oh, we're coming off a loss, which is rare. And like Kenny gave out a pick last week, and I know this is just I could just be completely making this up, but I'm telling you, last year there weren't too many losing weeks. But what are you gonna come back with this week to get people?
Well, that was a bad beat. I'm not gonna
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. I watched the game actually.
belabor it, but we really got screwed there. And so we're after 2 weeks, we're minus 63. So we were ahead last week to our goal of 500. We're under now, but I have two that I've bet this week, but we're going to keep it simple for our group. And again, it's a two-leg parlay, no more than that. Travis messes with that from time to time. All right, the first game is USC over University of Illinois. They were minus 220. I think USC is really good. Um, Illinois got murdered by Indiana last week. They're going to be at home against USC, so it'll be probably a close game because they're going to be a little humbled from last week. But I think USC is really good. You couple that with Florida State at Virginia. Florida State outstanding. They're minus 260. You put minus 220 and minus 260 together, and it's damn near even money.
Wow, this is an aggressive bet for you. Usually you're betting $20 to win 10, but okay, it's trying to get that money back for everybody.
Well, it's a $100 bet. It's not a $10 bet.
Okay, all right, sound good.
Um,
Close.
and the
What's
other
our
one that
current
I
total
like
right now?
what's that?
What's our current total right now? Or are you down 60
They're
bucks?
minus 63.
We'll get that back this week. Good.
Yeah, if we win, I don't know, what's 100th? We're plus 37.
There you go. Right back on track.
Easy peasy. All right, you got anything else to add for the cause?
You mean like the betting cause or like
No,
the viewership?
just viewership.
Hey, if you're listening to us and you like us, share us with a friend. What's there to lose? Hey, send this over to a friend that likes podcasts and say you might like these guys.
Muzzle tough.
Also tough.
Taking a knee.
Hit the showers.